Imagine waking up on another planet. No preparation, no training, no warning. One moment you're in a cave in Arizona. The next you're lying face down on the surface of Mars, under 2 moons, gasping air you shouldn't be able to breathe. Surrounded by 12-foot green aliens who are pointing spears at your head. Now imagine that's actually the good part of your day. John Carter is one of the most ambitious, most misunderstood, and if you give it a real chance, most genuinely thrilling sci-fi adventures ever put on screen. John Carter is based on A Princess of Mars, a novel published in 1912 by Edgar Rice Burroughs. This story is over a century old, and here's what makes that staggering. The DNA of this book is in Star Wars. It's in Avatar. It's in Flash Gordon. It's in virtually every science fiction epic you've ever loved. The 2012 film was directed by Andrew Stanton, the Oscar-winning genius behind Finding Nemo and Wall-E, with a screenplay co-written by Michael Chabon, a Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist. The score was composed by Michael Giacchino. This movie had extraordinary talent behind it at every level. And then, it grossed $284 million worldwide. Critics gave it a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, calling it spectacular, but suffering from uneven pacing and occasionally incomprehensible plotting. But here's the thing. The film's audience, the people who actually watched it, gave it a B+ on CinemaScore. The story begins in 1868 Arizona. John Carter, a Civil War veteran, is trying to live a normal life, refusing to be pressed back into military service. But Carter is a man running from something deeper than the army. During the war, he came home to find his house burned down, his wife and daughter dead inside. That wound has never healed. It has turned him inward, selfish, closed. He wants gold. He wants solitude. He wants nothing to do with anyone else's war on anyone else's planet. Life, of course, has other plans. After a run-in with Apache warriors, Carter and a wounded officer take shelter in a cave that turns out to be full of gold. A mysterious stranger materializes, later revealed to be a Thurn, and attacks them. Carter kills him, and in doing so, accidentally activates the stranger's ornate medallion. He is transported to a ruined and dying planet Barsoom, known to Carter as Mars. Carter wakes up on the Martian surface. Because of his different bone density and the planet's lower gravity, Carter can jump fantastically high and perform feats of incredible strength. He's essentially a superhero, and he has no idea why. He is quickly captured by the Tharks, a nomadic tribe of 12-foot, 4-armed green Martians, led by their Jedak, or chieftain, Tars Tarkas, voiced by Willem Dafoe. Tars Tarkas is unlike any alien warlord you'd expect. He's intelligent, curious, and he sees something in Carter that his own people can't. Carter is assigned a caretaker, a young Thark woman named Sola, voiced by Samantha Morton. Sola is kind in a society that treats kindness as weakness. She carries a secret that will change everything later. Meanwhile, on the other side of Barsoom, a war has been raging for 1,000 years. The red Martian city of Helium, ruled by Tardos Mors, is locked in devastating conflict with Zodanga, a predatory mobile city that rolls across the Martian surface, consuming resources. Zodanga's ruler, Sabthan, has been given a mysterious superweapon called the Ninth Ray by a shadowy alien called Matai Shang, leader of the Therns. With this weapon, Sabthan is unstoppable, and he offers a single condition for peace: the hand of Princess Deja Thoris in marriage. Deja Thoris, played by Lynn Collins, is not a damsel. She is a scientist, a warrior, and a princess who has spent her career trying to unlock the secrets of the Ninth Ray, the same energy source powering Sabthan's weapon. Deja escapes Helium rather than submit to the forced marriage, and is immediately pursued by Zodangan warships. Carter witnesses the aerial chase and does something that surprises even himself. He jumps into it. He destroys ship after ship, armed with nothing but his earth-dense bones and the laws of Martian gravity. And just like that, the man who wanted nothing to do with anyone's war is suddenly the most important soldier on a planet he didn't even know existed. Deja figures out Carter is from Earth. She realizes his abilities come from his bone density combined with Mars's weaker gravitational pull. Together, along with Sola, the three of them embark on a quest down the sacred river Is to find a way to send Carter home and unlock the secret of the ninth ray. What they find instead is something far bigger than any of them expected. They discover that the medallions are powered by the ninth ray itself, the same energy source as Sabthan's weapon, and that it's the mechanism by which the Therns teleport between planets. The Therns aren't guides or gods. They are an ancient alien race who travel the universe, manipulating different civilizations on different planets into their eventual self-destruction, feeding off the chaos in the process. Barsoom is just their latest project, and John Carter, a man from Earth who wasn't supposed to be here, is the one variable they didn't plan for. Shang's forces attack the group on the River Is. Carter and Deja are captured and taken back to Zodanga. Deja, believing Carter has chosen to leave grudgingly, agrees to marry Sabthan and gives Carter the medallion code to return to Earth. Carter decides to stay, and then Matai Shang captures him. In a chilling one-on-one conversation, Shang explains to Carter exactly how the Therns work, how they manipulate civilizations across different worlds toward their doom. He reveals that Sabthan plans to kill Deja after the wedding, so that no one with knowledge of the ninth ray remains alive. Carter has heard enough. He escapes helped by his loyal Martian dog, Woola, and heads back to the one group that can help him stop the wedding. But here's where the film delivers its most emotional gut punch. When Carter flees back to the Tharks, he discovers that Tars Tarkas has been overthrown by a vicious rival named Tal Hajus. And to earn the Tharks' loyalty, Carter must fight for it in a coliseum against two enormous great white apes. As Carter battles his way through those creatures, he flashes back to the moment he returned from the Civil War to find his home burned to the ground. His wife, his daughter, gone. Every swing of his sword on Barsoom is a man fighting a grief he never let himself feel. He wins. He kills Hajus. He becomes leader of the Tharks, and for the first time in years, John Carter is fighting for something other than himself. The Thark army rides. Carter leads them toward Zodanga, only to find the city empty. Realizing that the Zodangan army has flanked them and is already besieging Helium, Carter and the Tharks commandeer Zodangan airships and race across the sky toward the city. What follows is the film's centerpiece battle sequence, and it is spectacular. Carter drops out of an airship into the middle of the Zodangan forces. Sabthan is killed during the battle. Matai Shang escapes. The war that has lasted 1,000 years ends in a single afternoon. And John Carter, the man who arrived on Mars with no purpose and no direction, becomes Prince of Helium by marrying Deja Thoris. On their first night as husband and wife, Carter makes his choice permanent. He takes his Thern medallion the only way back to Earth and throws it into the ocean of Barsoom. Shang was watching. Seizing the opportunity, Shang reappears and sends Carter back to Earth anyway, stranding him 50 million miles from the woman he loves and the world that finally made him feel alive. Here is where the film reveals its framing device in full. The story we've been watching is actually a journal dictated by Carter to his young nephew, whom he calls Ned. Ned's real name? Edgar Rice Burroughs, the man who would one day write A Princess of Mars. Carter knows the Therns will hunt him, so he spends 10 years on Earth quietly searching for evidence of their presence, looking for a way back. He builds a sealed tomb that can only be opened from the inside. He makes Edgar his protector. He instructs him to watch over his body. And then he appears to die. Edgar races to the tomb, and a Thern in disguise follows him, ready to destroy Carter's body. But the tomb is empty. Carter steps out of the shadows and shoots the Thern dead. He reveals he never found a medallion. He laid a trap to lure a Thern out of hiding and take theirs. He whispers the code, and John Carter of Virginia, John Carter of Earth, goes home to Barsoom. So, why does John Carter matter? Because it is the grandfather of almost every beloved science fiction epic that came after it. The warrior transported to another world, the dying planet, the princess scientist, the noble alien warrior, the shadow conspiracy manipulating an empire from above. Star Wars took it. Avatar took it. Half of modern fantasy took it. And the film itself is good, genuinely, entertainingly, emotionally good, once you stop comparing it to the familiar franchises it inspired and start appreciating it on its own remarkable terms. John Carter, 2012. Criminally underrated. Drop a comment. Did you love this film or did you sleep on it? Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.